Cooper, Ari Rose, Clayton, Caleb, all the friends. You can come up front. Rex, Cooper, get back here. Get back here. I need your help. Come here. No, don't go home. Come here. It's Shabbat.
I'm going home.
Here. All right, friends. So, all right. So, when we light our Shabbat candles, what do? We bring the light in once for, and once for. All right. And what do we do when we light the candles? What do we do?
Put fire on them?
The other way.
Will you hold that for me? Thank you. Let me make sure I have the sound on.
Yep, good job.
Thank you so much.
All right, friends. Let's close our eyes and say the blessing. Let's close our eyes and say the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Amen. And let's hold up our Kiddush cup. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'ratzon hintilanu zikaron le'maaseh bereshit v'yu yom tehila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim Tivanu b'charta Yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim V'shat kodshecha Ve'ahava u'ratzon Inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Everybody say L'chaim. L'chaim. Shabbat shalom. All right. Thank you for your help. Come, Noah. You want to sit with the juice here? You get the special. You got a great first date. Sit with the juice. Try it. Thank you so much. We are going to start with a psalm from Kabbalat Shabbat on page 9. And the words repeat themselves. I'm going to help you find them on the page. On page 9, 4 lines from the top, you'll find the words Ya'aloz Sedai Bechol Asher Bo Az Yirananu Kol Atzei Ya'ar. Because it's shout for joy. Sukkot is the time of our rejoicing. And so we sing together. We'll sing it around a number of times. So I invite you to join with us. You'll pick up as we go. with us. Keep the music going for these two.
Dancing in the aisles is encouraged.
L'chadodi, welcoming Shabbat on page 16. We're going to do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Once it starts, your dad will sit with you. Your dad will sit with you. Your dad will sit with you. Okay. I'll move. I'll let him do this on my phone. You rise and face the parking lot. Right when I tell you to stand up, you guys sit down. What are you doing? Oh,
שלום, אל תרד בלה, גם בשמחה, טוב צורה, תוך אמונם, עם שמולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי, לקראת חלה,
You can turn this way. We read together at the top of page 29. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Israel, V'ahavta on 32.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך ופשטם לאור ידיך והיו לטוטפות בעיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
So, Sukkot is actually my favorite holiday. I don't really love that it falls right after the high holidays, which is challenging. But it is my favorite holiday by far. I love gathering people in this dwelling that's decorated in such a fun way, so welcoming, so inviting, and so clearly meant to gather people around a table to share meals in a festive spirit. As many of you know, one of the challenges of this year that I've been going through is cancer. And one of the things that Sukkot reminds us of is the fragility of life. It reminds us to count our blessings, to gather our people as much as we can, to be together with friends and family, and make sure we appreciate the blessings of simply being together. We often take it for granted. And those two things together really equal Zman Simchatenu. When we count our blessings and we also recognize how fragile life is and also how precious life is, we understand what there is to celebrate. To celebrate is to just be alive. To celebrate is to just be with our people, to have food to eat, to have shelter, even if it's a temporary sukkah. There's a beautiful teaching of Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Akiva on a verse in Leviticus about when God says that I had the Israelites live in Sukkot. And Eliezer says that these were clouds of glory. They weren't just Sukkot. They were this sheltering presence of God. And how do we remember the sheltering presence of God? We remembered it through manna that we got from the sky. We just had this miraculous food. We always had enough to eat. There was water that was plentiful for us. There were all these physical manifestations of our blessings and of God. And it reminded us of God's nearness, God's care. It was physical. We could touch it. But Rabbi Akiva was skeptical of the generation traveling through the wilderness and thought that we gave too much, we thought too much of the comforts of Egypt, the brick and mortar, instead of living in the Sukkot, that we wanted to go back to Egypt after we were freed. And Akiva says that we turn our houses into idols. We turn our houses into things that we think keep us safe, right? But our Sukkot remind us that even in our homes, life is precious, life is fragile. We never know what's going to happen. And between those two teachings, that we have all these amazing blessings around us all the time, even if it's just food and shelter. And we can never take our security and our health for granted. We have to always be grateful for those two things that until they're gone, you really take them for granted. I've spent the past 4 days in the fetal position on my couch because chemo is not fun. And I'm standing here today. I don't feel 100%, but I feel good enough to be here. And it's, that very my lived experience this past week is a reminder of what Sukkot is all about. That I have this beautiful community. I have somewhere to come celebrate Sukkot. I am regaining my health. I'm surrounded by people I love, and I hope this Sukkot, even though we only have a few more days left, that you all take stock of the things you're grateful for, perhaps the things you take for granted, and recognize that those things, we never know where life is going to go and what could go wrong. And so we must, every moment we have, tell our people we love them, spend as much time with them as possible, make those trips that seem too far or too hard. And really, that is what Zman Simchatenu is about, the time of our rejoicing. So, Chag Sameach. I gave this little drash right before Hashkivenu, which always makes, every time we say Hashkivenu, I think of Sukkot, because it talks about God's sheltering presence. It talks about lying down in peace in the evenings. And we think in many ways about this prayer. We often think externally about other people in our world, people on the streets in Santa Monica who don't have a home. But I think also we can think about what it means during Sukkot, what it means to be enveloped in the shelter of God. What that means for you is probably something different than for me. But tonight and this Sukkot, this Shabbat, I hope you'll take a second as we sing this to really be grateful for all you have, your safety, your health, your shelter, your food, and join us in song. Page 38. Yeah, that was
Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Amideinu shomeinu lecha.
our prayer for Shabbat V'Shamru on page 40. We sang this one at Rabbi Neil's celebration, and I don't think we've sung it together since, or as a community since. We thought we'd bring it back tonight. It's really lovely. You know the words. You'll learn the melody if you don't know it. I hope you'll join with us.
וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נחת ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת בדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את
Forgot about that key change. I love a song with a good key change.
Oh yeah.
We turn now to page 130 in our Green Sidurim and rise for the Amidah. We'll sing together Adonai Sifatai. Although many of you know Rabbi Neil's words, they aren't in this book. And then we will continue silently until we get to Shalom Rav on page 148.
May my lips come quietly apart and stir the yearnings of my heart, and in just a whisper may I hold all the moments that are mine to hold. There's a gentle flowing stream within. In its waters all my hope begins. From the place before my voice is heard, from my dreams expressed without a word. Oh, Adonai, Satai, Satai, Silent prayer of Beshir Shalom comes with an asterisk. I said we'd come back together at Shalom Rav, but we're going to come back a page earlier on 147 and read a beautiful prayer of gratitude together. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations. Modim anachnu lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons. Modim anachnu lach. For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements. Modim anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression. Modim anachnu lach. For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared. Modim anachnu lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom. For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, atov shimcha lecha na'er v'todot. Continue with our prayer for peace. Shalom Rav. You may be seated.
Shalom Rav, Israel Rav, Shalom Rav, Israel Rav, Ki ata hu melech hador, lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech hador, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tassim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tassim Le'olam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael, b'chol עת ובכל שעה, בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
We take a few minutes now to bring our loved ones who need a prayer of healing the Shabbat into our minds and hearts, and perhaps if you want, out loud into our community. We'll go around our community to share those names. We'll start over here If there's any names for Misha Berach, can you say them out loud or just bring them into your heart? We join together for Misha Berach on 175 at the top.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
Our resident comedian for a few announcements.
It's not true. Not true. Thank you, Rabbi. I actually, my name's Aaron Ben Yehuda. I'm on the board, and I'm proud to serve on the board. And I'm very happy to be here, and I'm especially happy to see Rabbi here with us. He's been very open about all he's been going through. It's been really difficult, and so when I see him here smiling, his handsome self, it makes me feel great. And he talked about feeling grateful, and you know, he talked about despite all the obstacles that he's faced, he's focused on being grateful, and I think that's a really important lesson. And you might say, he might say, that he's not just a rabbi. He might say that he's a lucky rabbi. And you don't have to take his word for it. You don't have to take my word for it. It says so right here. How many of you have seen this amazing profile of Rabbi Alex in this month's Jewish Journal? Amazing. You should read it. I love it. Really great. Let's talk about announcements. Right. What am I here for? So one of the ways to think about Sukkot is it talks about, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, about the gathering of the harvest. And it's a time to appreciate the abundance that all of us are fortunate to have. And it's not just the yummy food, that you all enjoyed this evening. It's also, wait for it, this is where I'm going to make a rhetorical leap. I just want you to be ready. It's also to appreciate the abundance of events that we have. Nailed it. Let me talk about those. Tomorrow we have Torah Cafe, 9:30. And Sunday, in the morning, there won't be Hebrew school, but that doesn't mean there isn't a special occasion. We have Simchat Torah at night. So we want all the kids and the adults to come Sunday. It's going to be at 5 o'clock. There's going to be dancing. There's going to be singing. And I think this is when we roll out the whole Torah. Rabbi, is this right? Can someone confirm that?
You got it.
We roll out the whole Torah and everybody, yeah.
Right here.
That's yeah. So please come, adults and kids. And then Wednesday, Rabbi Neil, our Rabbi Emeritus, he's going to have a discussion, a God we can believe in. And this is the beginning of a series of talks every third Wednesday of the month. And you can find information in our email. Of course, next Friday, we have another Shabbat celebration. Please come, beginning at 6:30. And then that Saturday, we've got a Bee Mitzvah to the Shem and Ronnie family, Mazel Tov. Radan becomes a Bee Mitzvah on Saturday. Services begin at 10 in the morning. And then Rabbi Alex, on October 23rd, he's going to have a Zoom starting at 10 a.m., reclaiming the Talmud. And he's going to help us reclaim the Talmud for ourselves by reflecting on the rabbi's most absurd ideas.
If it says it.
Learn the rationale behind many of our customs and wrestle with the questions that still agitate us today. That sounds intense. And then mark your calendars for the Havdalah Movie Club on Saturday, November 5th at 7 p.m. Latter-day Jew is the documentary. And then Lunch and Learn with Dr. Stephen Windmuller at noon on November 6th. And there's more information about all these things on the emails. So Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach. If you have any questions, please come see me. Thanks, and back to you. Can you sign this for me?
I hope everybody will join us on Sunday night. It'll be a fun night of unrolling the Torah. Last time we did it out here, we'll see what the weather's like. Might take a little stroll around the neighborhood with the Torahs. That'd be fun. Yeah, seriously. Wouldn't that be fun?
How far?
I mean, I won't. Yeah, who's carrying them, I guess, is the right question. Fine, we can just stay here. But we will be dancing with the Torahs and having a great time and also consecrating our new religious school students. So please join us. It'll be a lot of fun and a special night. Our Aleinu that we've been singing a little bit, we actually printed out for you this week. On one side of your handout is the Aleinu and the words that we've been singing. And then, as Eitan did last week, we will go into the ending of the chant of the Aleinu, as if we were chanting it normally. So we rise for our Aleinu and we sing, since you now have the words. Are you on?
It's up to us to call ourselves detached, to sing what's good and true, to bring about redemption. It's what we were created. For what's the point of being here if we're not moved to change our ways? Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. We are carrying the story of the ones who came before. What stories will be told of us when we are here? They bring meaning to our day. Aleinu l'shameach. It's time to live our grace. It's up to us to own the vision. We are an answer to a call. It's up to us to live the words we speak for the benefit of all. It's up to us to bow down deeply. There's a broken world to raise. Aleinu l'shameach. It's time to live our grace. Aleinu l'shameach. It's time to live our
We turn our thoughts now to our loved ones that we lost at this season in years past. As a community tonight, we remember Elaine Comas, the mother of Toby Comas Daniels, Kathleen Layton, the mother of James Stearns, Saul Nathan, father of Larry Nathan, and Charlotte Weinberg, the mother of Cheryl Colby. Is anyone else observing, thinking of someone and like to share their name out loud? Kaddish Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish, can be found on page 193. We join together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Yelma divrach yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agalav zman kariv v'imru. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach ve'elam ulamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitaval shmei d'kudusha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shiata tush bechata v'nechemata damiran v'yama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May their memories continue to bring you joy and continue to light your path forward. And we say, Amen. Stop. Do you see me leading the worship? You do not interrupt me. You do not interrupt me. Go over there. No.
I don't like cookies. I do it.
Okay. Not cookie time yet. Almost cookie time, not yet. So on the back of your, on the other side of your handout, is a good old folk song that feels appropriate for Sukkot and a harvest festival. And I added a few of the fun camp parts of the song. The woohoo and Israel. So you can join us in those parts too.
This song repeats a lot, so if you don't get it the first time, there's always a second time. For our hands are strong and our hearts are young, and the dreamer keeps a dreaming. Ages long, keeps a dreaming, keeps a dreaming along. Keeps a dreaming along. What do we do when we want it torn? We plow and we sow till the early morn. What do we do? What do we do? We plow and we sow till the early morn. For our hands are strong and our hearts are young, and the dreamer keeps a dreaming. Ages long, keeps a dreaming, keeps a dreaming. We'll sew, we'll hammer, and we'll nail. We'll work all day till peace is real.
Israel.
Israel.
Our hands are strong, hearts are young, and the dream Our hands are strong and our hearts are young, and the dreamer keeps dreaming. Ages long.
All right, all my little people who definitely don't need sugar. Time to say emotzi. Who wants cookies? Cookies. Careful with the candles, guys. Careful with the candles. All right.
I want this one.
Actually, you can have it after you say the blessing. Wait, you gotta say the blessing first.
We can bring to God.
As our fathers always said,
Guys, be careful, be gentle. One. No?
Emma, ¿quieres cookie?
You want to save it? Okay. Put her to bed, sir.
Emma, cookie, Mickey.
Nice. Shabbat shalom, everyone. I'm about to bring the lulav and etrog to the sukkah. If you want to come shake. All the blessings are in there. We'll recite them. And Chag Sameach. Shabbat shalom.
Shake, shake, shake. Yeah, let's go shake, shake, shake. Really nice circle. Wow. Let's go shake, shake, shake.
Thank you.
Careful. Oh.
Thank you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Go shake the lulav in that truck.
Good catch, Mama.
Don't want you to forget.
I'm always going to be bad because I'm happy.
Are you handy?
Conversation. Right after college, use my body. This is how rumors get started.
Gigolo, nothing wrong with that. If you ask me.
I think it's called really introduced to